Anthony Grasso here, bringing you financial news that you can use. In this series of videos, I'm going to go over daily highlights on the stock market and give a few insights. Today, I'm going to focus on what just happened and a look out to see what's going on to look out this week for market news. And as always, folks, don't forget to smash that like button down below. Definitely helps. And consider subscribe and hit that notification bell for like your daily stock reviews, recommendations, and stock market updates from an unbiased approach. So let's get right into it. And as always, folks, this video is brought to you by Webull, which is an online brokerage trading platform where you can buy stocks, options, ETFs, and cryptocurrencies. If you sign up today and deposit any amount, you can get up to 2 free stocks by using my referral link in the description down below. All right, so the biggest news of today is that the Dow Jones closed sharply lower than 640 points and the Nasdaq fell 2.6%. The market is on fire right now. Participation in the sell-off was broad in the New York Stock Exchange. It was a bloodbath, people. So Wall Street right now is awaiting the Federal Reserve's Jackson Hole Conference policy message on Friday, which is expected this Friday, the same day investors expect updates on inflation data and consumer sentiment. Now, there's a lot of concern over European energy supplies right now, inflation and recession to start off this week. This has sent the dollar and bond yields toward the record recent highs and withdrawn the help each to equities during the peak inflation relief rally that we saw in the prior 2 months. Now, these losses completed the biggest 2-day declines for the Nasdaq and the S&P since June. Now, for the S&P 500, today marked the index's largest decline since June 16th, the date that marks the most recent bottom. Now, the crude oil futures were volatile in afternoon trading also, with crude falling about to $87 a barrel on Monday morning before headlines on possible production cuts from Saudi Arabia sent crude back to $90 a barrel. So let's go over what we should be focusing on this week, starting with the Powell Jackson Hole speech that I have right up here. So we all know that the Fed Chairman Jerome Powell says he's serious about conquering inflation, even if he will destroy other parts of the economy. Look for the speech at 10 a.m. on Friday at the annual symposium in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Now, this year's focus will be the reassessing the constraints on the economy and policy. Now, during the speech, we will be looking for clear guidance about how far policymakers are looking to push inflation fight. How high is he going to raise those rates? And what are the specific criteria? And what did he think the consequences will be of what he's about to do? Now, this summer, we have seen the most aggressive pace of Fed policy tightening since the early 1980s. But even with the tightening, the market nevertheless brushed it off over the past couple months. The S&P rallied 17% on the backs of both better than expected corporate earnings. And there's been a belief that the Fed will take a delicate an approach as possible in the inflation battle. Now, but this belief is contradictory to the statements from multiple Fed officials and even Jerome Powell himself. They said inflation is the primary challenge right now and that it demands an anything takes approach. Now, today, investors are starting to take note. It will definitely not be a soft approach. Now, Friday's meeting is a critical junction for monetary policy. Now, I think that investors realize right now that the Fed still has a lot of work to do on inflation. Was the few last weeks just a bear rally? I believe so, and I think that we haven't hit the bottom just yet. I believe that the recent spat of better than expected news on jobs and retail spending should be viewed with caution, because even if we do not slip into a really deep recession, unknown, there's a high probability of a hard landing over time since it could be more tightening from the Fed. I think 50 basis point rate hike is already priced into the markets right now, but I do believe it'll probably be at least 75 basis points. I do think 100 basis points is pushing it though, but we don't know. All right, so July inflation data showed a modest softening in inflation pressures, arguing for easing in the pace of hikes. Now, the July jobs report dispelled concerns for some Fed officials that think the labor market is softening. Perhaps making the case for a continued aggression on raising rates. All right, let me bring it back here. In addition to that speech that he's going to go over, there's going to be updates this week on the service sector activity, inflation, and consumer sentiment will feature on the economic calendar. Now, Powell's speech will begin simultaneously with the release of the University of Michigan's latest consumer sentiment index. There are new home sales and the S&P Global PMI services and manufacturing data come out tomorrow. The durable goods and pending home sales are out on Wednesday. And the personal consumption expenditures data, including the Fed's preferred inflation measure, is released Friday morning right before Powell's speech, about 90 minutes. Now, retailers will continue to post quarterly results this week, including Macy's, Nordstrom's on Tuesday. There will also be reports from Gap, Urban Outfitters, and Dollar Tree. And there's others, but I'm not going to get into the whole list. Now, this has definitely been a tough day in the market. And as investors wait for this news to come out on Friday, the market appears to be flashing more negative warnings. So there you have it, folks. And if there's anything specific you want me to discuss on these daily market updates, please leave your comments down below so I can include a list. I'm trying to come up with a list of all the data points that I should include on a daily market update. So this is the first of many. So just leave those comments below and I'll start adding it to my template on trying to get all the data points for everybody to have one nice video at the end of the day to say what just happened, what are we looking for. And as always, folks, don't forget to smash that like button down below. Definitely helps. And consider subscribe and hit that notification bell if you'd like to hear daily stock reviews and cryptocurrency recommendations and daily stock market updates on a daily basis. Until the next stock update video later today, actually most likely tomorrow because I'm exhausted today. Ciao, folks.